Hey, future billionaires! In this video, we're going to explain supply and demand in 5 minutes. That means if you're not in your seat right now, you're going to be out of luck because we're not going to wait for anybody. Let's get right into it. First off, what is supply? Supply is how much of a product or service that businesses are willing to sell at a certain price. Let's say, for example, I decided to start selling lemonade. My lemonade stand is my business, and I am willing to sell 10 cups of lemonade for $1 each. If I sell all 10 cups, then I'm willing to make 20 cups at $1 each. And if I sell all 20 cups, then I'm willing to go up to 30 cups at $1 each. In other words, there is a direct correlation between price and the amount of product or service that I am willing to sell. The higher the price, the more I'll produce, and the lower the price, the less I'll produce. This relationship is known as the supply curve. As price increases, supply increases. So now let's look at demand. Demand is how much of a product or service that customers are willing to buy at a certain price. Let's say the price of my lemonade is $1. Customers are willing to buy 30 cups. If I raise the price to $2, they're only willing to buy 20 cups. And if I raise it to $3, they're only willing to buy 10 cups. In other words, the lower the price, the more customers are willing to buy. The higher the price, the less customers are willing to buy. This relationship is known as the demand curve. As price increases, demand decreases. So now that we have an understanding of supply and demand curves, let's see how these two forces interact with each other. Let's say that the market price for lemonade is $1 and customers are demanding 30 cups at this point. There is a shortage because businesses are only willing to sell 10 cups at $1. So some customers who are willing to pay $1 for a cup of lemonade are not able to buy it because there isn't enough supply. So let's see how this shortage affects the market. Since there is a shortage, this means that customers are not able to buy all the lemonade that they want at $1. So some customers will start bidding the price up. They'll say, I'll pay $2 for a cup. I'll pay $3 for a cup. Eventually, this bidding will cause the price to increase to $2. Now let us see how this affects supply and demand. With the price of lemonade increasing to $2, businesses are now willing to sell more lemonade because at $2 they can sell 20 cups, and customers are now willing to buy less lemonade because at $2 customers can only afford to buy 20 cups. So, as you can see, the price has now moved to the equilibrium price, which is $2, and at this point, the quantity demanded is equal to the quantity supplied, meaning that customers are buying exactly the amount of lemonade that businesses are willing to sell. Now, let's look at another scenario. Let us say the market price of lemonade is $2. Businesses are willing to sell 20 cups and customers are willing to buy 20 cups. At this point, there is no shortage. meaning that customers are able to buy all the lemonade that they want at $2. So some customers who were previously not able to buy a cup of lemonade at $2 are now able to buy it. So let's see how this affects the market. With the price of lemonade at $2, customers are now able to buy more lemonade because at $2, customers can afford to buy 20 cups. So let's see how this affects supply and demand. With the price of lemonade at $2, customers are now able to buy more lemonade because at $2, customers can afford to buy 20 cups. So as you can see, the price has now decreased to the equilibrium price, which is $2. And at this point, the quantity demanded is equal to the quantity supplied, meaning that customers are buying exactly the amount of lemonade that businesses are willing to sell. As you can see, supply and demand is a very important economic concept that you need to understand if you want to be successful in business. If you want to learn more about supply and demand, I highly recommend checking out our full course on our website. Thanks for watching.